So today I like to get into the topic of real internal Wing Chun Kung Fu and pseudo internal Wing Chun Kung Fu. Now today I invited Mark here from Germany as the audience, so he can ask questions if I present certain things he don't understand. The reason Mark here is so that question can be asked instead of me keeping talking, because many of our Wing Chun friends reflect to me that they don't understand what I'm talking about after 10 minutes of my talk. So Mark here can help everybody to ask questions. And also this Zoom is open for everybody for proper technical, okay? So people who is interested can join my Zoom. And there's nothing secret, nothing special here, but it has to be proper. So what I'm like to sharing today might end up we do part 1, part 2 with Mark here, because Zoom here is about 30 minutes, one piece, okay? So the reason I'm sharing this is I got many messages from our Wing Chun friends asking me on internal arts. And some question that if Xi Xiaodong is right, that all this internal art is useless. And some is questioning, like, is the internal art like what DKU is presenting to the world? And some asking me, how about those you mix Tai Chi with Wing Chun type of internal art? So today I like to share with you, open the entire card for you. Now, the agenda is not to put anybody down. The agenda is clear this thing up. This is almost year 2022. There are many Wing Chun friends out there who really loyal to Wing Chun, want to study Wing Chun, care for Wing Chun, and people deserve to know what is going on when it comes to internal. So let's start with that. So Mark, you can stop me if I present something you need me to clarify, okay? Mm-hmm. So you are there working for the people. Now, right. Okay, thanks. Now, there's only one internal. The internal in Wing Chun is only one, that is following the 5 levels of transportations and the 3 levels of internal training, namely the nurture chi, the transportations, and the applications, and the transportation. There are 5 levels with it. And right away in the application, you can link up to today's sports science, VO2 max and endurance and so forth. At the nurture chi, you can link up to today's medical science on recovery, okay? So disregard of is Asia or is in America or is in Germany or in anywhere in the planet today, there's only one internal. It has to fit that when it comes to Wing Chun. The other martial art, I don't know, because I am not studying other type of martial art. But for Wing Chun, there's only as what I present. So Mark, this is clear? You know, you have the Asia historical evidence and you have the scientific, which is you have to verify it. Okay, internal is not something which is philosophy or Chinese wisdom. Internal is a technology which has to be able to verify with science and have the process to develop it. So that's why I have shared the 3 levels of internal, the 5 transportations, and all this can be verified with today's medical science and sports science. If we cannot verify, it is not internal. Okay. Now, let's get one step into it. Wing Chun is from Shaolin, but like it or not, it is Shaolin art. Shaolin art has 2 sayings. Externally, you train your muscle, your sinews, and your bone. Internally, you train your breathing. Okay? So internal is extremely heavily breathing related, or it is actually a derivation of breathing handling. Okay? Now, for example, you want to recover, you need to know how to breathe. You want to go play at the aerobic and anaerobic, you need to know how to breathe. Okay? So be in training or be it in recovery, you need to know how to breathe. If you don't know how to breathe, the end of it. Okay? Now, hope that that's clear for everybody. The third thing, breathing development cannot be achieved, accomplished. Okay, the internal breathing cannot be accomplished without being able to handle the body, physical body, and the mind. So if you want to have recovery, like the N1 process I share here, which is the nurture qi, which is the first thing. You want to do recovery, you need to rest your body. And of course, in the Wing Chun Inception, I show that you laying down to rest your body. But that's the first step only. If you cannot do it in the laying down to loose up or to spread out your physical body, aware of your physical body, open up your joints of the physical body, there's no way you can stand up and do that. If you cannot standing up and do that, that means your mind will not be able to settle down. Everybody playing Xiu Lim Tao this day. You look at when you are in a Xiu Lim Tao, if your knee is hurting, your body, you're tucking tailbones, your mind is not going to be quiet down. Am I right, Mark? You have been practiced different type of Wing Chun until now. Am I right? What I'm saying that if you cannot handle your physical body, your mind cannot settle, quiet down. Am I
especially
right?
Especially if you're having pain. I mean, if your knee hurts or anything else, then your mind is already just focusing on the pain. So you cannot.
Now, if you cannot handle the body and mind, you will not be able to get into the breathing. Because it's certain part of your body like tearing apart already. And when you go to your breathing, you not be able to handle, it's too much for you to handle that breathing. Now, okay. as I share in the 613.3 in the Basic Wing Chun Art and Science, in the breathing, there is 4 states of the breathing state. The wind breathing, where you hear a sound there. The breathing, which is just stuck up here. So the sound breathing is like when you breathe, you can hear your sound, the sound of the breathing, okay? That's very forceful. And that is actually, if you prolong using that kind of breathing, the ancient know, your mind will be scattering, okay? So if you are in the state of the breathing with noise, after you do it a while, your mind scattering, even though you try to grasp it, you're scattering. So your body is actually, your entire person is wasting your energy, try to stay one piece, because the body and mind want to disintegrate, and you try to use, you're fighting with your body and mind and breathing, try to stay at one piece. So like if you say you do a meditation in the lotus posture, or e.g. Kamyongma, where you clamp your knee and your back and it's pain like hell, and you try to breathe, and your breath is, you can hear your breath. At that point, you are not develop anything. You are actually trying to hold your body as one piece. And that is a waste, okay? Now, this is not Hendrik say. This is writing in that book by Mang Ziyi, 1,500 years ago, okay? So in the book, Essential of Practice, Calmness and Insight by the Mang Ziyi. Well, this is, there's in Amazon, okay? So this I have listed in my book, The Meditation Matrix. If you get to the state, you will never get into samadhi or handling your body. Never get energy, because you are actually stuck there and try to hold things together, okay? You cause yourself to broke apart, scattered apart, and you are holding yourself. So you are wasting energy fighting yourself. So if you see like people doing Xiu Lian Tao, like sweating, like the breathing is hard, and then the body is pain, that will never give you internal, but screw up in your body. You're wasting energy. If you prolong to do that, you're draining yourself. Now, the second type of the breathing is you manually decide how much you want to inhale, how long you want to inhale, and how long you want to exhale. Well, that becomes stuck here. Your breathing becomes really choppy. It is really sluggish. It cannot breathe properly. That you are actually monkey around with your breathing, and you will feel really suffocate, because like you inhale, you do not fully inhale. Can be due to your body, can be due to somebody said something, or you need to inhale down your dantian. You use your mind to push to try to deep inhale, but the body cannot do it. Okay, so after a while, it becomes stuck. Your breathing, your rhythm of inhale and exhale, natural rhythm is totally gone. That's why you will cause energy stuck in your body, because you will on and off suffocate, stop breathing. So Mark, do you have the experience?
Of course. In the beginning, of course, when you begin with a Slim Tao, trying to practice, then you go also through this when you are training breathing or in this state. Yeah.
So everybody can relate to that. Don't do that because that causes your qi, if your breathing stuck inside there, your qi was stuck. And that causes internal injury for a prolonged time. It's like you try to stop your blood circulation, you know, in the analogy, in the extreme way. You try to stop, you know, like pushing, pressing hard so that you try to stop your natural blood circulation flow, those kind of things. Okay. You need to have their body to circulate itself instead of you playing God to try to say, oh, I need to breathe this long. And I have to inhale 10, count 1 to 10, inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, what happens if when your body can only handle inhale 1, 2, 3, and you try to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that's what happened. And then today's many things like that, they are trying to manipulate things. Well, long term, you get a tear and wear. Don't do that. The third one, you don't have this wind breathing, the coarse wind breathing. You don't have the stuff, but your breathing still really shallow. And if your breathing is really shallow, that means your body don't have enough of your oxygen intake and so forth when you're practicing. Guess what? After a while, you'll be really tired. So I didn't say that. This is not Hendricks say. This is Mang Zhiyi from Tiantai Buddhism School of China, saying 1,500 years ago. And this book from Mang Zhiyi is one of the reference, standard reference. You got to follow that if you do meditations. And today, people don't do that. So the Mang Zhiyi book actually is influenced the Taoism and everybody, okay? So we go to the root. The fourth type of breathing over here is like the breathing with the entire body. That is when you don't have this cross breathing, your body, your breathing is not stuck. You have proper breathing, but it is so refined and it goes through the entire body. And you feel like, oh, it's going down to your lower abs, it's going down to your entire body, like your entire body is breathing. Now, Mark, do you have that experience?
Yeah, also.
Like the, you know, if you take the HOS class, the N1 breathing, you lay down there, it get you there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now, so the N1 here is make sure that one be able to reach that state of the proper breathing. The beginning, this is not deep. Now, unless one get into that state, how many of us here even know that this four state of breathing? No, even though I wrote it here, people read it, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Do you experience it? Now, internal is on top of that. You need to get your breathing into the full body breathing before you can go further. Okay. Now you can see that the physical, the mind, and the breathing, you got to go sequential up there. Now, when you get into the chi flow, you know that if you don't have this full body breathing and be able to handle it, you will never get into the chi flow stuff. Forget about it. Okay, now, force flow. Force flow, the same thing, because you want to handle your your strength. But now you have a problem in the past 120 years in Wing Chun. There are pseudo things, which is not a real forceful play. What did they do? They do a structure. They hold on their entire body. They're careless about the breathing. So if this is the ground, you stand up, you look like you emulate a rod. You push one side, and then you say, see, I can have a force to handle you, to sustain you. But they are holding that without knowing the body, joints, dynamic handling, without knowing the breathing. And that's why they have to use the mind, like I have the mind power, I have intention. So what their intention do? Their intention is only holding turning the entire body to become a rod. Mark, can you relate to this?
Yes, I've done that pretty long time, like the 1960s Wing Chun, and yeah, we were practicing this structure stuff a lot.
So
didn't make a lot of sense.
So that push and pull is for that, okay?
Yeah.
Now, this so-called pseudo-internal end up because it is not properly developed from the physical mind breathing. The pseudo-internal of Wing Chun style in past 120 years turned out to be, it blocked you from momentum handling. Okay, you have a price to play. You cannot play momentum because your body is rigid up. You're used to holding it. Okay, not to mention that because you're holding it, you don't know your breathing. You get into those either the wind breathing where you have sound, or you have the breathing which is stuck there. Stop breathing. And thus, when you want to play with people like Xi Xiaodong, which is momentum and stamina, cardiovascular, you don't have it. To a normal student or a normal people, ordinary people, you do demonstration, you can do whatever you want. But the minute you face a BJJ friend, MMA friend, all your so-called internal gone. Because it is not developed as the ancient, the 5 level of transportation up, where you tune your body inside out. That in one way you can carry extreme to the training and heavy momentum and breathing and so forth. On another way, you can tune your body down to recovery. Until you go through this, you will not be able to teach. Because it is like a different dimension. Okay? Now, when you want to go to the breathing, let's make this clear. If you take drugs, if you take opium, no way you can get there. Again, this is not what Hendricks say. Mang Zhiyi, all those Buddhist monks, they have to keep themselves out of those kind of intoxications. In fact, there's a precepts. You don't even want to take wine, legal. There's 5 precepts of the Buddhism, okay? No killing, no stealing, no lying, okay? And there's one is no sexual misconduct and no this addiction. Take wine, those kind of things. And another thing is womanizing. The sexual, no sexual misconduct. Why? Because it's going to screw you up. You cannot get up to the 5 level. Now, of course, I say this in the West, and like many of my monk teachers, hey, Hendrik, you know, if we say this in the West, the Westerner will go away, run away, because they want sex, they want legal, they want to have fun, you know. Well, I say this is not that to make you run away. I'm just telling you that there's a time, like Christmas time, New Year time right now, you can have your sex and have your legal, be happy. But when you start training, you know what you must not touch because it drains your energy, or it just scattering you around, right? So it's like you say, well, take aspirin. Is aspirin's good? Well, aspirin is a medicine. When you need it, you take it. When you don't need it, then you're not supposed to take to thin your blood and so forth. So in past 100 years, when you don't go through this and train, and people start to have this a lot of Chinese term, yin and yang and everything, and people thinking that they can interpret whatever they want. You look around today, this type of cultivation or development is non-exist. And this is not about me setting a standard. This is the truth. You violate that, you will never get there. You can do a demo tricks, like those in the what Chinese Kung Fu. They can put the spear on the throat and so forth. Well, those are demonstrations. When people really spear you, are they going to spear the place and waiting for you and are to ready and then to push this way for the tricks that way? Okay. So I'm not putting the Chinese, what they call it, like magical art, you know, party tricks art. Those have a place for fun thing, like in the New Year, you know, we get everybody have the tricks and everything. But if this is going to war, are you serious? What are you dealing with? So I'm here is saying that, like now, okay, this is tiger, this is tiger, this is cat, okay? This is lion, this is alligator. You know what you can play, you know what you cannot play. You don't put a cat out there and then you just scare the cat. Well, you try that with the tiger, see you eating alive or not. So internal is, if you don't go through the 5 level of transportations, you don't have internal. You might have tricks. And again, when you want to use your mind, as what I mentioned yesterday, are you using intentions, awareness, visualizations? Which one are you using? If I want to handling my breathing, like I want to channel my breathing to the entire body, is that intention? No, there's no intention. That's called visualizations. And then you need the awareness to get the feedback. If you cannot aware, you can visualize, you still don't have feedback. And how can you know that whether you do whatever you do is proper or not? If you say there's intention only, you can cause yourself in the tunnel visions. You don't aware of other thing anymore. So there's no such thing as say, oh yeah, mind power. But mind power is what? Again, is Hendrik create all this thing and want to put down you guys? No. People have it 1,000 years ago. Now let me share with you why is all so screwed up today. The proper Chinese Kung Fu, Chinese martial arts stuff, Chinese Qigong meditations and Buddhism stuff exists in the beginning of the Qing dynasty and mostly the Ming dynasty. Today, what people read is the end of the Qing dynasty after the product of after 1850s. The reason why I know what I know here today is because I dig into the Ming dynasty and the beginning of the Qing dynasty, right? The Qi Guang, the Shaolin sword strike canon, which is between the Ming and the Qing dynasty. The Zhi Yi, the Xiao Zhi Guan, or the meditations, Samatha Vipassana practice, which is 1,500 years ago, where they're using it that way. And in the Ming dynasty, at the same time of General Qi Guang, there's another Ming official who later helped the Korean fight the Japanese invasions, or the Japanese pirates invasions, or actually the Shogun invasion in in Korea. And all these people, they are Buddhists, so they wrote down the thing. So in one way, I have the Qi Guang. Another way, I have this Yuan Liaofan. Okay, this official Yuan Liaofan. He's a real Buddhist. He's an official. He fought in the Battle of Pyongyang. Is Pyongyang or Pyongyang? You know, the Korea. Sorry for my pronunciations. Like in the 1590s or something like that. So I get hold of all these people in the Ming dynasty, these generals and everything, highly educated, highly is a real Buddhist, and whatever they write down, somehow it resonates with me. It's very engineering, like in the Silicon Valley thinking. Then I understand. And after 1850, most of the things are made up without base. Most, I won't say everything, but most. So it ends up like that. So am I going to blame anybody? I'm not blaming you. I'm not blaming anybody, you know, even me. You know, I was born in this era. Who the hell know all this thing anyway? Just because I dig it in, the Ming dynasty is the core, and then you see the entire thing. Oh, it linked to Buddhist, it linked to this, and now using the Western sports science and medical science, now you verify it. You want internal? There's internal. If you don't have that, you don't have internal. Sure, you can know a little bit tricks. But that's not good to handle the real war. And that is not the real Kung Fu. And it is a serious problem today that people don't have awareness in Wing Chun Xiulim Tao practice. If they really aware of it, they will not lock their knee, causing their back problem. Many people have back problem and knee problem. And you go, when you look at people when they play Xiulim Tao, you go walk around them, you see they breathe, the sound of their breathing. Or you see they stop breathing. That means you don't aware. So, Mark, am I clear with all this thing?
I would say so, yeah.
So you know, you practice Wing Chun for how many years now?
If you count 1960s Wing Chun also, then I would say more than 20 years, 25. Okay.
So if you are a norm, no, but you are lucky that you have go through so many things, so forth. If you calculate that, if you look at you like a standard Wing Chuners who practice different things and so forth, I hope that what I'm sharing today, that people can relate that to. There are many things you're not supposed to do. Doing it properly doesn't mean that we become Superman. It's just that we know we can develop a certain thing, improve ourselves, and do not damage ourselves. That's what it is. Okay? Doing things properly is that way. You can improve yourself, you can expect improvement, you can develop things, and you do not damage yourself. Doing things improperly is going to either damage yourself or put you in the spot of overconfident thing where you don't see the reality. Okay? So I do not talk about other martial arts style, but I talk about Wing Chun, and we are human. We are not some kinds of magical beings or anything. And nobody can just mimic a set. So the entire Xiu Lim Tao design is based on this. If you don't have that design, you don't know that design, you really don't know how to develop it. So prior to 1850, all this thing is really, really strict. The processes. After that is getting into I'm internal, you are internal, mind power, this power, that power. It is complete different story. And that's why it dislocates itself, part away itself from general Qi Ji Guang. You see, all people who talk internal never like to talk general Qi Ji Guang. And then always say, oh, that Shaolin is external, Qi Ji Guang this is external, oh, MMA is external, and Western boxing is external too. But what is internal? Do you know? Have you developed in your body? And so what my wishes for everybody is, don't talk theory. Develop it in your body, and then you can describe it to people. So Mark, with your experience, am I right? Instead of talking about theories and hearsays and everything, describe what you have in your body. And if you can describe in your body, you know where you are so that you can improve. You know where you are so that you can get help if you want, if you get stuck. Okay. So that is what the truth of the internal is. So now you know what is the real internal and what is the pseudo. I will not call it fake. Because most people today are victims of victims. If I say it's fake, that means I blame you. Well, of course, Xi Xiaodong is call you fake. I call it pseudo because, you know, you face it. Most people are victims of victims. How much do they know anyway? They trust the Sifu teach them that way, and this way, and they're passing down like that. So right now, if we don't clear this thing up, what are we doing? So as what I put in the Wing Chun Inception of this H model, on this H model, with the all Western sports science and everything, that is the first step, or to build out the foundations, so that, as Bodhidharma said, The Zen, the real Zen, don't cheat ourselves, don't cheat others, don't get cheated by other people. Okay, you can be like today you can have all the DKU stuff since last week when he fight, after he fought the Bradley and so forth. You see what is the consequence he caused himself in the YouTube. So let's follow the Bodhidharma teaching. Don't cheat ourselves, don't cheat others, don't get cheated. And we just ordinary, just be ordinary. Internal means you can expect improvement, you can expect you not screwing up yourself. And if you go pseudo internal, you will either screw up yourself or get yourself into false security. So this is what I like to share with everybody today. Mark, do you have anything, any questions? You know, since I'm not in your positions, right? I was joking. Many friends say, Hendrik, you live in Ming Dynasty. You not belong to 2022, okay? So you know, if you have any question on this, which I did not cover, please bring it up so I answer it. So everybody know, okay?
For now, no, I can only talk for myself. I can only say you have to experience it, and if you don't experience, you cannot say anything about it. No discussion, and that's my experience. And yeah,
okay,
it helps.
One thing too, which is I want to ask you: do you notice a thing called repeatability? Your practice repeatability. Can you repeat what you do? See, because improvement comes from repeatability. If you cannot repeat the same thing every day, and you cannot improve it.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to share on this?
Yeah, you have to practice every day. You have to try to improve yourself always, and yeah, it's always another experience. So you will always find something else to make better. If you are stuck anywhere, you always will feel some other stuff you can work on. So it's not an ending process. It's always going on.
Now, sorry to cut you. With your answer, I can tell you another things. When I say that repeatability, meaning that if you are proficient in your breathing handling, at every of the Shulintao training, you always get to the full body breathing. You can repeat it. Okay, because you know this is the noisy breathing, this is the stuck breathing, this breathing is not deep enough. This is the repeatability. And then once a few days when you're too tired or you're sick, probably you cannot repeat it. And you say that, okay, this is not the time I can practice. I have to lay down. I cannot do it. So this is what I like to share with everybody today. Hopefully that everybody have a good picture of this. What is the real internal? What is the fake internal? Or we should not say it fake. But because we don't want to assume that people is cheating other people, we can say pseudo because it is under the victims of victims. So this is a issue here. If I say things straight, then people will take me as I'm attacking people. But I can assure you when I say things, I'm not attacking people. I am trying to say what is the proper thing, to show the evidence to the reality thing. Okay. Now, but many people, because of the mindset, take it in a different way. And however, it is, Wing Chun, we like it or not, is on stake now. Like today, I share with you all this thing. Have you heard about this thing in anywhere for past 120 years? And if you go to Ming Dynasty, like the Qi Ji Guang, Yuan Liaofan, those people, they say, oh, you don't know this? Don't your Sifu have to teach you the first day or the first month?
That's pretty sad.
But this is a reality, right? I mean, you say, hey, the Qi Ji Guang say, oh, don't I tell you already? Don't go for hand. So now there's the issue. If I don't say it, the entire thing collapses. If I say it, somebody will feel like I'm attacking people. But the issue right now is like this. Look at this. Like from here, San Jose, we want to go to San Francisco. Analogy. If you go up the 101, you travel north, you will get to San Francisco. Okay, but you have to drive. Driving is you need to work too, right? Proper channel work. Because now the analogy is, for past 100 years, 120 years, people never even get up to the highway. They don't even know what is a highway. They circle in the local street of San Jose, on and on, and thinking that they have their interpretations, their way, their whatever, but they never even know that the highway exists. And then there are some people who know a certain highway, but get into the wrong direction. Say going to the south, we're going to go LA, okay? So right now I'm saying this is like, hey, it is not about your round and round. You need to go to Highway 101, but Highway 101, you need to go north. If you get up to Highway 101, you face north. You just continue to go. You will see all this Sunnyvale, Palo Alto, Burlingame, South San Francisco, and then you will enter into San Francisco. You see all this thing. So it's your 5 level of transportation. You will see it because you will realize it, because the 6 core element is just one. The reason why I'm calling 6 core element, I break it down, I tear it apart so that you can focus one by one, or else, like yesterday, a friend asking me about this internal and the 5 level of transportation. I just tell everybody, well, right now you guys are easy. You have the 6 core element, you know, by step, and I cite the ancient, like the monk Zhiyi, Buddhist monk and everything. You just followed it, you go to San Francisco. At my time, that's old time, like Cho Hong Choi said, okay, this is the quid. This is what it is, this is what I know. You train this way, you keeping training, and someday you will get this. And then a month later, have you get this yet? If you don't, you go back think. Now the effectiveness of what I go through in 1973 and today, you guys are different things. Today is everything is lined up because we need mass production. We cannot afford, Wing Chun cannot afford the like in the previous era anymore. They are not wrong. What Cho Hong Choi taught me, what other taught Cho Hong Choi is not wrong. The issue is that today we don't have time. We lost time. And then you lost time is one thing. Another thing is you have millions of people around the world. So are we going to screw everybody up, or we just say, okay, ASAP, get everybody up to the highway? As how far you can travel, how long you can travel, there's different story, but at least you are in the Highway 101. You are heading to San Francisco. We don't have choice for those people who really care. But of course, if you want entertainment, like these days is everybody playing their sets, and suddenly you can hear the music of the Wing Chun, Yip Man movies music, and everybody get high. Well, if you want to do that, fine. But if you want to develop the real Wing Chun internal, turn off your music. Because you need to aware of your body. When you listen to other things, get high, where are your mind? You need to aware, you need to intend, you need to visualize. When you listen to the music and then you're thinking, oh, I will be like the hero in that Wing Chun movie. Are you out of your mind? It's actually out of your body. How are you going to develop anything? You want truth is truth. You hate me, fine. But it is, again, Bodhidharma's rule. Don't cheat ourselves, don't cheat others, don't get cheated. Those are called movies. At the end of the day, who is responsible for your progress or development? It is about responsibility. So you talk about warrior, the Chinese warrior, right? The one thing of the warrior is responsibility. Your friend asks you for a favor, you will do the best disregard of what is the difficulties. That's called responsibility. You promise, you do it. In the Cantonese is named at my time when my sifu is say Yao Gao Doi. Yao Gao Doi meaning responsibility, meaning that I give you this. And you will show your responsibility that you carry on this. It's not about money. It's about Yao Gao Doi. There's a responsibility there. You want money? No problem. But whatever you promise, you need to do. And if you want to make a lot of money in teaching Wing Chun, no problem. But you need to pass down at least not distorting Wing Chun. Because it's a culture. So that's why I prefer the Western way. You're teaching physics, every university teaching physics, and every university's physics have a standard. If you get your degree in physics, whether in Germany's university or in America university or in Africa's university, all have a standard. And that is responsibility. To keep that standard is responsibility. There's a part of human. You will talk about that's how it is. To make it simple and plain. We human, we need to be responsible for what we are doing. We want to make a living. That's okay. You want to, in the American way, you want to sell a product, okay. But the product you sell, you show the specifications. This is what I sell it to you by these specifications. Okay. Now, the quality control, once you get it, if I do not meet the applications, then a specification, then it's my problem. You can return this to me. Okay, so let's not talk about very far away, about moral and all this mold up. Let's talk about like American business, high-tech business. I sell you this. I have the responsibility to stand behind my specifications and my warranty. Am I right? Just make it as human, okay? Daily living human. And I'm not living in the Ming Dynasty, as most of my friends today call me, Henrik, you're living in the Ming Dynasty. You should go back to the Ming Dynasty. But too bad I don't have the time travel capsule. So I stuck here. So when I'm stuck here, you have to live with me. Okay, I know probably I'm really irritated for many people. But if you think about it, am I irritate you or I try to help everybody? So, okay, hopefully that this solves your problem. That for many people who have asked me the problem here on. And don't go point finger to those who do the pseudo internal Wing Chun. But if you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it. My Sifu, Venerable Shenhua, the Zen patriarch, say one thing. 真认自己错，莫说他人非。 Clearly know our own mistake, and then accept it and change it. Don't blame other people's. There's the teaching of the Zen patriarch. So there's no magic. Is it easy? No, it is hard work. Because often when we screw up, we blame other people. So this is for you all today. Thank you, Matt.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.